I've only heard good things about Path of Exile, but I don't quite know. I think the only way that I would play a game like a Diablo style game like Path of Exile was if I would play it with my girlfriend. I think that today DLCs are just a lot worse than they used to be. Back when you got a deal, like when there was a DLC, you were like, "Fuck, it's a full-fledged expansion." Like they weren't even called DLCs; they were called expansions. Like I remember back in Oblivion when they released Shimmering Isle. What was the other one called? They released 2 major expansions, and they were so good. Oh yeah, we were fucking over the Empire. Necromancer? Necromancer was how I played in Diablo. That's why I got so sad when Diablo 3 came out. Because they didn't have the Necromancer. And then when they finally released him, they were like, oh, but you have to pay for him. It's like, I really don't want to pay for him. So just to give you guys a little bit of an update, we're currently sieging out the last big cities of the Empire. So we have a little bit of time to just sit and talk while I just click and turn. I didn't think they would actually have a chance.
Yes. Chaos Marauders. Your will. Chaos Marauders.
Oops.
Yes, Lord. Marauder horsemen. Mortal fools. Lead us to mortals. Flesh tonight. Marauder horsemen. Move! Quick! We need slaves! Very well. Your will. Yes, Lord.
Could be that I should
Chaos Marauders.
The beast takes some killing. I bet these souls.
Chaos Marauders.
Slaughter all of them.
Marauder horsemen. Chaos Marauders. Stop it. Move on them. They will succumb. So be it. Faster. My God, call! Tremble, mortals. So be it! Chaos Marauders!
That's rough.
Very well! No! Yes! Throw those axes! Chaos Marauders!
Here we go with the flank. Wait, they just killed them? Oh.
The Dark Gods command me! Chaos Marauders! We serve the gods! Ha!
Are we really having that many problems here?
Retreat!
I guess. I don't understand why they have so strong leadership though.
Now is our time!
We are getting pretty fucked though. So at least they're almost dead, right?
Fall back!
Sounds like a pretty nut spell. Kinetic, if I gotta be honest with you. Let's just speed things forward because yeah. It's all good though, we can just go and reclaim it. The Savage Orcs though, they do a lot of damage when they have high leadership, so... And the Trolls just seem super bad. Are there more Savage Orcs? Oh yeah, that guy.
Battle time is feeding time!
Maybe we can start recruiting some units for this guy. Maybe just a little bit. So we actually have somebody to do something. I'm surprised that they did a full-fledged Necromancer in PoE though. Oh, this guy leveled up. Nice. We're almost at 1,000 followers, by the way. I think we're like 21 followers away from 1K. That'd be kind of insane if we could break that before Total War Warhammer 2 came out, or maybe even during that stream. Oh, come on. At least it wasn't the high level one. Slugstream, what up, dude? Alright, so maybe we should start recruiting a little bit on this guy.
Who's going to anyway?
So, I still wonder, it seems like if they successfully assassinate one of my heroes, they never return. I don't quite understand it. Is this guy for real? Is he just gonna keep... Again? And my heroes are just not... Oh, they are. They're right here. Okay.
As good as dead. King on trolls.
So what else do we want on this guy? I feel like we wanted, like... where do we have them? The Skin Wolves Armored. Yeah, we want a big front line of those guys. Okay. There we go. Wolfric the Wanderer. Remember guys, after we're done with Norscat, we'll be doing a Wood Elf campaign. So there will be more Total War. And I watched some of the depth stream yesterday about the High Elves in Total War Warhammer 2. So if you have any questions, I can try and answer them. Because that stream was really good.
My ice age comes. Hero flesh.
Sounds like they've been doing a lot of good stuff with PoE. Do I just need a cheap front? I don't know, dude.
Offerings of death. Drown them in blood.
Oh, that's a big army. Sorry for my throat.
As good as dead.
Unwise.
Offerings of death.
Not possible.
Should be able to get this, right? He has way too much artillery.
I'll rip out guts. Fake hide. Embarking.
Let's break the siege.
Where's my next?
Let's break the siege, and actually go take back our homeland.
On the move.
I could possibly beat that army, but for now we're gonna let him sit there.
Yes. My ice age comes.
Outlast is free. Yeah, I saw that actually. I got an email this morning about it. Yeah, you can get Outlast 1 plus DLC, I think it is. It's a pretty sweet deal. You can shoot yourself for free. Ah, okay. I was like, I thought you meant that I could shoot myself, and I was like, isn't that kind of rude?
More headway. Crossbones. Trampling. All be slaves.
This is not the right way to do it, by the way. So what city is he trying to attack? He's trying to attack the Altar of Storms that does not have any garrison.
The eternal challenger.
I wonder if I can actually win this campaign. These guys are gonna be a massive problem.
My challenge? Undeniable. Done and done. Voyaging. The nation calls. Who's next?
So I'm gonna lose that city as well.
Battle time is feeding time.
So I'm gonna lose that area as well. The problem here is we can't get enough stable income to actually do anything. And there we go with that. Nothing we can do about it. Alright, not too bad. Not too bad.
I'll handle it.
I will declare war on you, son. I will wreck your city. Aw, that's not enough.
To the four corners.
He does have a lot of settlements, actually. I only one time tried playing PoE, couldn't get into it. I mean, it's sort of like, if you were really into Diablo back in the day, maybe you could get into it, but if that weren't really a thing in the first place, then yeah, then you're not gonna enjoy it. Depends on a lot of different factors, so. I only watched a little bit of PoE, so I sadly can't help you with anything, but maybe Pedantic knows. Wait, where did my army go?
I eat my enemies.
There we go. Hello.
Who's next?
Let me make a save here just to be sure.
Yes, as good as dead. ready. No escape.
So this guy is basically just like attritioning his whole army. That's the thing that I agree with you guys on though. Like when I saw the skill tree in that game, holy moly. I think I'll actually keep the serpent stuff so I can get more money. More money. There we go. Danny, appreciate the host. Thank you very much. How are you? How are you this fine morning? Dude, you played Titan Quest? That game was so good. I don't know how much I played that game. That was fantastic. I still have it on an actual CD-ROM on my shelf. So good. En route to work? You taking the bus or I hope you're taking the bus since you're riding.
Done and done.
I think we will sit here a bit and actually get some
My challenge? Undeniable.
and get some health back on our units. People still play that game? Wow. It's been so long. I love that game. Let me see here. Catch you later? No problem. Thank you so much for the host and hope you have a wonderful day at work.
I see death.
Yeah, he's not attacking anything else. Anniversary edition. What did they change? What made the game fresh again? I don't even remember what I played in the game. What my class was. Man, that game is old. I don't actually remember anything. Dude, I am just hunting this guy down.
Shut up! I'll get there.
Fine, we will upgrade it.
Where's my next quarry?
I really think that we should get full health on our dudes before we do anything, but I'm wondering...
I see it through. An unstoppable force.
Ah, there he went. I was like, where's he going? But now that does make sense. This guy can't do shit, so... It's been 10 years already. There's nothing that can make you feel old as when you remember playing a game not too many years ago and then all of a sudden it's 10 years. That feels kind of bad.
Who's next?
Okay, and then we have Throg.
Out of my way!
Who's currently trying to get this asshole. They basically 2 titles into one and released it with better HD and some equipment and reworked some sets and so on. I remember the game looked gorgeous when I played it. Like, it looked absolutely fantastic. I just remember the graphics just sold me back in the day. Like, it was so pretty. Are you in your 40s? Yeah, so you remember all the old days, like Fallout 1, Fallout 2, Arena, Daggerfall, all those. But one thing that is good about getting old when it comes to video games is you will have played some of the classics. I don't think that... Okay, so try to think about it for like from a young dude's perspective. Like, let's say that you have a 15-year-old kid, right? He loves video games. And then you put in front of him, you say, mate, you gotta play Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. It's a classic. It's amazing. And then when he looks at the graphics, he says, no. That'll make your heart bleed a little, right? Because I remember the first time that I saw Oblivion. I didn't know what Elder Scrolls was back in the day. I'd never heard of it before. I had never heard of open world games. And I went home to one of my friends, and he was borrowing his dad's PC. Right? He was borrowing his dad's PC. And he'd been playing Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And remember, at that time, I was playing World of Warcraft. And before that, Warcraft 3. And I remember looking at the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. And I was like, what's your purpose? What do you have to do? And he just turned to me and smiled. And then he said, whatever the fuck you want to do. And then he said, alright, let's go steal from that random NPC. He got caught, killed him, and then said, and since I'm part of the Dark Brotherhood, I'm an assassin, and I get contracts for killing people, and he showed me spells, the cities, and everything, and I was just like, I have to get this. So I stole the game from him, and played it, and they couldn't find the desk because I'd taken it. And then I bought both of the Oblivion expansions, and then he could borrow them since I had stolen his dad's PC game. So I repaid the kindness by, like, all the way back in the day. By doing that. That was so many years ago, though. So many years ago. I didn't steal the game. Like, I returned it to them. Pretty fast. But it felt like it because I just took it, and then I installed it because I had to play it. It was a long time ago. That was actually back in 2008 or so. Wait, what's happening with my FPS right now? There we go. I was like, why is it at 30?
My challenge? Undeniable. The eternal challenger.
So we have the favor with the serpent as well now. Still have pretty good favor with the hound, so that's good. They really are, and I think that's why Blizzard is really pushing Diablo 2 remaster and Warcraft 3 remaster, because those two games were like some of the biggest titles ever to walk the earth, you know. Don't worry about typos, dude. Happens to me. Do I really have to Hey, the garrison won. That's insane. Bloop. Finally.
I'll get there.
So this guy gotta get our stuff back. Why make new IP when you can just remaster old games, throw a renewed license on it, etc.? I think it's cool that they do the remasters of Warcraft 3, because they did some updates on Warcraft 3 lately, but it's very difficult for people with modern monitors to actually play the game. Some of the controls are a little bit clunky and stuff, so I think they're primarily updating like how you do control groups, so everything feels a little bit more smooth, and then they keep the rest as it is. So the game will basically be the same, but it'll support bigger monitors. Some of the textures might be a little bit better, and then the controls will be updated. That's what they are talking about, at least.
Who's next? He's set.
Oh, we get attrition because of vampiric corruption. Maybe I should just siege this guy then.
Done and
Metal Gear Solid? I don't even... Like, how old is Metal Gear Solid? I mean, the first game, maybe,
fight.
but they're still really good in the state that they're in. I don't even think it's that bad. Metal Gear Solid 2, though. That was my childhood. I think that the current day and age in games, it's a lot about balancing new IPs versus... Oh, this is scary.
This action does not have my consent. Rip out guts.
Whoops. In 98? I played Metal Gear Solid 1 when it released, which means I was 7 when it released. Ah, man. I think the older I get, the more I actually want to try and play some of the older games. Like, I want to play Fallout 1 and 2. I remember back when Fallout 3 came out and all that stuff, and I searched for Fallout 1 and 2, and I was like, fuck that, I'm never going to play that. And then I got a lot into the CRPGs, like, I haven't even finished Baldur's Gate. I did Tyranny on stream. It's my first game ever I streamed. Pillars of Eternity was amazing. And I was just like, I need to play Fallout 1 and 2. That's like a big hole in my life. The models on selling games have changed. Yes. It is... You feel like you actually have to sit there and look through their shit to figure out, is this game worth investing money on or not? There's the whole pre-order system where you buy something that you have no idea if it's actually going to be a good game. The other idea is showing actual gameplay, having like show content, like show what you got in the game to make it justifiable for people to pre-order. I think that Shadow of War has done it really well. Total War Warhammer 2, all the dev streams that they have been doing, I think it's great. They show what are you getting, what can you expect, so you can make up your mind before the game releases, and you're like, you know what, I might actually do the pre-order, and I think that's amazing. I think it's superb. But I will agree with you, Slug. DLC these days are atrocious. It is so bad. You pay so much money for nothing. You can still have fun with the DLC, don't get me wrong, and some of the DLC are really good, but for the price tag, they are always overpriced. I had another thought. Yeah, for example, the Blood and Gore DLC for Total War is $5 to get blood effects. That is probably the worst marketing idea I have ever heard in my entire life. You want blood and gore in your violent war game? Pay us additional money. It's like, that should just be a toggle in option. You should not charge for textures. You can't just say that and be like, oh, do you want trees on the world map for your wood elves? Buy the tree DLC for 30 quid. It's like, you can't do that. Activision not only forced players to buy the deluxe edition of another game to get a remaster of an old, they put microtransaction in the remaster. Here's the thing about microtransactions. As long as microtransactions doesn't affect the balance of the game, and you don't have to buy it to do anything, I don't care about microtransactions. But yeah, I agree, Pedatic. It's having you buy another game to get content is super bad. It's actually the same that Blizzard has a tendency to do. Like, for example, if you wanted Khadgar, the mage hero portrait in Hearthstone, you needed to be online during a World of Warcraft world event. And it's like, why would you restrict that? Why would you restrict? I don't know. It's annoying. How much less you get from the Total War series games over the years and shown quite clearly the marketing changes and so on. Yep, I'm not surprised. Like, I know that it's bad. It is really fucking terrible. The problem for me is, back when I used to buy more of the DLC, we had a little bit more income in our household, so it was a lot easier for me to afford them. I've been saving up for a couple of months to be able to just buy like Total War Warhammer 2, you know? And luckily I get like Nausicaa for free when I do that, because I didn't have the money to do it, so I feel especially stepped on when it came to the Wood Elves. What was that DLC? Like $20, $30 or something to get the Wood Elf campaign? It was like, I don't know. I think it is disgusting, to be fair.
Out of my way!
This game is the first Total War I've ever played. So for me, this is what I'm used to. DLC weapons in the remastered Modern Warfare straight up OP. Modern Warfare has paid DLC maps was free. Ugh.
I travel the world.
I don't like shit like that. I really don't. I think it's absolutely awful.
Look, here's you.
Where's the altar?
Was going to anyway. King on Trolls.
I heard a lot of people tell me about like how good the old games in Total War is. But my problem is I am not interested in like historical combat. Like I don't get a fucking hard on by like, oh, and then we have the fucking Roman Empire versus the Brits in Total War. That doesn't get me going at all. That's my personal opinion though. That's just me. Whereas like fantasy battles, sign me up, dude. Like dwarves, orcs, chaos, elves. I am all for it. Well, that's the cool thing about video games. Is that you can gather together about a game that you all have in common, and then you can have all sorts of different preferences, and that's what makes like gaming such a unique community. Is like you can just play whatever the fuck you want to play. You don't have to do XYZ, or you have to play this game, or you're not part of something. It's like it's never like that. Are you still running? Yeah, I was actually surprised that the Steam Workshop for this game is kind of abysmal. There wasn't really anything where I was like, I need to have this. There was never anything like that.
Battle time is feeding time. That was my idea.
Time to upgrade all that shit again.
Absolutely not.
I think that one of the strongest sides that we have these days, though, is the modding communities of all the games that's out there.
Seeking, destroying.
He's almost level 30, this guy. Insane.
I'll ignore that.
Ignore me?
My enemies.
Fine, let's waste the money.
Finally, a fight.
Can't I see when he's gonna get attrition? I guess you can't do that anymore. That's pretty cool. I like when people do custom stuff. Like, I think that's why one of my favorite mods in Fallout 4 is the what was it called? Sim Settlements mod. I think that mod is absolutely amazing. I like overhauls as well. Dude, all my units in this army are so strong. I mean, if you're good at modding and good at making stuff, then, you know, do it, put it out there, and maybe, you know, someday some of the devs will see it and they're like, wow, this guy's got talent, dude.
Battle time is feeding time.
Can I get them?
Trampling. Moving. Nah. Seeking, destroying.
Just hoping the Empire stays in their fucking base. Yeah, you're dead, boy. You're dead, boy.
Lord of the Monster Horde.
Flop.
Eat my enemies!
I guess we can move down with him as well. I have to quickly go and use the restroom, guys. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. Just give me a few minutes and I'll be right back with the Norska campaign. Thank you for waiting. Sometimes you just gotta go. Okay. What are we doing?
I'll rip out guts.
Could we upgrade something? Okay. Let's get Prague. I kind of a peace treaty while you have nothing left. Sounds like a bad idea to me.
Offerings of death.
Race for the serpent. How does it even look like the serpent? Oh, looks pretty cool.
Let's fight.
Could be better, I assume.
It is settled.
But that's vampiric land, so that's pretty bad. But we can just go to encampment stands, I think.
Ahead.
So if we go here
I'll see
and
it.
camp, we heal up a bit. And then we'll go right behind him. And then we will...
By Sigma, no.
And then we will
Not
simply go and
likely.
take this area. Wait, was this a big battle? Oh, it was. Question is, can we upgrade anything? Oh, we can. There we go. I'm wondering why the Empire is not hitting us here, but I think it might be because they can't see our armies.
Not likely.
Maybe they will attack once they see both our armies, but I don't think they
The
can.
Ice Queen does not want you.
Yeah, they can't see anything over here, so we're safe for now. I'm just trying to get Kislev out of the picture, so we're pretty safe from anything. And then we'll move in with our two big armies into Savage Orcs. That's fine. Building costs.
Undefeated. Heading out.
I know we'll take attrition, but we will sit our asses right here. Wait, he doesn't take attrition? Why doesn't he take attrition? Huh. You're quite new to the Warhammer world. I understand there's loads of books about the lore, and so have you read any, or just a player from the tabletop version? I'm just a player from the tabletop version. But I do know some lore, very minimal though. But there are tons of books on this game, like on Warhammer. Like Warhammer is like from I think 83, maybe older. Like Warhammer is nothing new at all. It's quite old. They do have like some base traits that are kind of resemblance to D&D though. Yeah, Warhammer's an old franchise, and then there's Warhammer 40k as well. So there's all this old school stuff from like medieval times and shit. And then there's the 40k stuff, where everything's in the future, like 40,000 years after this. That's also a whole genre in itself. Dude, this guy is fucking level 30 as well.
I see it. Who's going to anyway? My challenge? Undeniable. I'll rip out guts.
Okay.
I rule. I'll have a crack.
Okay, so that doesn't matter.
That was my idea.
Alright, that's pretty cool.
Drown them in blood. Disorder. Moving.
We could just let him stand there, I guess. It's not too big of a hassle. I kinda don't want to auto-resolve though. Not right now, because the campaign, we're basically just taking it slow, making sure that we don't lose. An easy way for us to lose is by auto-resolving and then losing like a dragon or something. And we're still building up our resources up in the north, so... And we're just sitting here talking to you guys, so...
I'll challenge them.
Oh, he leveled up too? Nice. Chillax gameplay? Yeah. Basically. Yeah. After my day off yesterday, which was superb.
I travel the world seeking jewels.
You know, the late game in this game is a lot about sieging down your opponent, just grinding them out. And all we basically have to do right now is getting ready to spawn the last fights and be over with the campaign. And the best way to lose this campaign is to just like rush head over heel, instantly auto-resolve against sieges when we don't have any ranged units, you know? Just take it chill, sit and talk a little bit, you know? Upgrade our cities in the north. Making sure that we don't all of a sudden have these cities assaulted by greenskins again. I still wonder how you summon Archaon.
A negotiation. How about this? I let you talk, then we do.
I don't care about your shady money. Shady money. We are getting a lot of corruption here, so that's good. How's our garrison doing? Oh, it's still decent. Ever tried a co-op campaign? I was going to with one of my mods in my spare time, but because the campaign like takes so fucking long, we kind of got away from it. And doing it on stream is almost impossible for me, since it would have to be with another streamer that could like sit down for 7 hours or more and play the game and understand what the game's about.